So I realized something. That no matter how hard I'm gonna think about this, I'm never really gonna end up with an answer. Because I can't really decide. I love all the girls equally, even if Natsuki is my favorite. So the way how I decided on who to go for in Blue Skies is through counting the number of mods I've played centered around one doki. With Natsuki, I played 4. With Behind Closed Doors, Just Natsuki, President Natsuki, and of course Exit Music. And for Sayori, I've played 3. With Sayori Date, The Good Ending, and Rain Clouds. And that leaves only Yuri. I've only actually played one mod. I've only played one Yuri-centered mod, and that's Outcast. So yeah, Yuri it is. And I'd like to give a message to Mr. Soldat from far away. I know that you want me to go for Sayori, but hey, I haven't made a playthrough of a Sayori mod yet here in the channel. And since I haven't played your mod, which is Sunshine Days, I gladly play it in the future and make a video about it. Videos about it, sorry. That's a promise. So before I begin, you can also check out my playthrough of Exit Music and Outcast. I'm gonna play through Sunshine Days in the future, so with all that said, let's go for Yuri. Alright, so I made my message from a while ago, so alright. Disarray. Whirlwind. Photograph. Oh, this. Huh? Okay. Horror. Oh my goodness, they're either bittersweet or just cute. Oh my goodness. Fantasy. Oh, that's a that wasn't expected. I thought that was a piece of Sayori word. Incongruent. Anxiety. Nightgown. Huh? That sounds a bit sophisticated for a Natsuki word, but alright. Vivacious. After image. Disoriented. Going for Yuri's probably, like, despite how deep Yuri's words are, that's actually what makes her easy to write for most of the time, because just like here, I don't know actually. Page sounds like a Sayori word. Okay, that's a Yuri word. Okay, that's nice. It's getting harder. What the heck? Jordan? Oh, okay. I should have known. Analysis. Infinite. Pressure. Oh, I should have known. That was too predictable. I'm so stupid. Scars. Oh? I was expecting that to be a Yuri word. Oh my goodness. Unending. Unrestrained. Last one. This is no. That sounds like a disaster. Okay, good. That was a Yuri word. Nice. Just a few days ago, I would have never thought that I'd look forward to an extracurricular so much. But here I am, back for another club meeting, and anticipating new antics from everybody. The usual scene awaits me as I step into the club room. Hi, Midas! Hey, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just not used to you being in the club, that's all. Is that so? But it's nice to see you so cheery. Anyway, what's new? Ooh, I've got some exciting news. What's up? Did you know that the student store sells that brand of strawberry milk now? Strawberry milk! I love strawberries. I saw when I passed by on my way here. I should have known better than to expect actual news from Sayori. Huh. I don't think I've tried that yet. I don't know, strawberry milk is usually too sweet for me. But I like it, if you're gonna ask me. What? But it goes great with melon bread. Melon bread? Okay, that I never heard of. Sayori, You should eat a packet of raw sugar and you'd still say it's not sweet enough. You could, sorry. Hey, that's an exaggeration. Seriously though, it goes really well with bread. The milk is sweet, but it has that unique, tart strawberry flavor that's eased by the richness of the milk. Somebody gives me some strawberry milk. And when you pair that with fresh bread, the sweetness is spread out even more so it has just the right amount of flavor. Oh, wow. When did you become Gordon Ramsay? Ha! I'm a food expert, so you should trust me on this. I mean, given how many snacks you eat every day, I don't doubt that you know your food well. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, you meanie. So I'm a meanie for giving her a compliment? Weird. Anyway, aren't you hungry now? Talking about food always makes me hungry. Now that you mention it, maybe a little. Great! Let's go to the student store and buy snacks together then. Ah, now I see where she's playing at. She's trying to lead us into giving her some money. I raise an eyebrow and Sayuri notices. Midas, why are you looking at me like that? Sayuri, I have a nagging of suspicion that you're only trying to convince me to come because you don't have any money. And you just want me to buy you a snack. What? I would never do that. Oh really? Then let's see your purse. Huh? Your purse. Come on. Let's see your purse. Haha. Sayori laughs awkwardly as she pulls out her purse. She opens it and then dumps its contents onto the desks. 2 small coins fall out. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Typical Sayori. This little rouse might actually work had Sayori not pulled on me numerous times when we were younger. The amount of times she managed to trick me into buying her another ice cream. I guess some things never change. Nice try, Sayori. No fair. How did you know? Aha. Now wouldn't you like to know? Let's call it intuition. In response, she sticks out her tongue at me. Typical. Ahaha. Yuri suddenly giggles. Eh? I didn't notice that she was eavesdropping. Looking over in her direction, I catch her peeking over the top of a book. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri... oh wait, did I just choke on my own name? Tell Midas to let me borrow some money. That's none of my business, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. It's shameful to manipulate people into doing or buying things for you. Wow, isn't that a little harsh? I'm only messing around with Sayori after all. I didn't mean that. That came out much harsher than I intended. Sorry. Yuri blushes with embarrassment, looking away from us while playing with a strand of her hair. I apologize for how I've been acting lately. It looks like she still might be a bit ashamed of how she acted yesterday. You know, it's okay to be honest sometimes. You shouldn't always keep things that bother you to yourself. There's no way you could think that after. You were right though. I shouldn't trick people into buying me things. Funny how your 10-year-old self didn't see it that way. Yuri lets out a small laugh, covering her mouth with her hand. Even the way she laughs is so shy and proper. Which I also find cute. Is that mischievous behavior something Sayori used to display as a child then? Oh yeah, although back then I fell for it time and time again. You wouldn't believe how much candy Sayori managed to con me out of. Wow! Don't make me out to be so sneaky, Midas. Although those candies were so good. I'm surprised, Sayori. Coming from you, I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? What's going on here? Oh, nothing much. Sayori here was just up to some mischief. Oh? Yeah, she tried to trick me into buying her a snack. Hey, that's not true! Monica smiles wirily. Wirily? Ryle, huh? My tongue's getting tied, and turns to me. I'm assuming this isn't the first time. Well, you'd be right. We all share a little chuckle at that. Well, everyone except Sayuri does. Hey, you guys are really being mean. Okay, we're sorry. But you didn't bring that upon yourself. Yeah, I know. But in my defense, I am really hungry. Well, Natsuki chimes in. If you're really that hungry, you can have this if you want. She offers up a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayuri immediately snatches it out of her hands. Thank you! Sayuri hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. Sure good. Sayuri suddenly claps her hand over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Ha! You're going through a lot just over one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you share this one with me. Sayuri gets out from her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayuri off of her. Not a good idea. Sayuri suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayuri trots away to safety. Monica, Yuri, and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayuri to quit taking my stuff? Sayuri, you know you shouldn't do something like that without permission. Monica scolds Sayuri. I know. I'm sorry, Natsuki. But it was so good! Hey, everyone but Natsuki chuckles. These things happen a lot, Monica. A bit too much, to be honest. Don't worry, it's all in good fun. Good fun is teasing each other from time to time, not stealing food. Oh, calm down, it's no big deal. Natsuki pouts in her seat. Everyone calms down and quickly returns to their normal activities. Sayuri has already managed to finish the entire cookie. Meanwhile, Natsuki gets up and heads for the closet, and Yuri is already lost in her book. I'd love to talk to Yuri a bit more, especially after she gave me that book. However, she seems to be focused on her own book. I'm worried I might just distract her. As she lifts it up to turn the page, I get a glimpse at the cover. It's the same book that she gave me, and it looks like she's only just started it. Oh damn. I hope she doesn't think I was staring at her. What I'm really curious about is what book is she reading? Our eyes meet, but her eyes dart away quickly. Sorry. No, it's fine. I didn't mean to stare. I was just spacing out a bit. Oh, nice excuse. If I had been actually concentrating, I wouldn't have noticed. I meant to ask though, isn't that the book you gave me? It's one of my favorites, so I thought I'd give it another read though. Not for any reason, I assure you. I see. But why do you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, yesterday you had mentioned wanting to read something a bit different. So after our meeting adjourned yesterday, I went to the bookstore to get you. That is to say, I forgot I already had a copy and accidentally bought another. And it seemed like a waste to just hold on to it. Couldn't you have just returned it though? They're already closed, so... There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. It's so cute! I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm glad that you gave it to me. I'll get started on it right away. That makes me happy to hear. It's that kind of story that really draws you in. If you're not careful, you can lose track of time very easily. I know I've opened it for some light reading before bed, only to close it and find out the sun's rising. Wow, that's pretty intense for just reading. I'm sure it wouldn't happen to you though. You'll be able to get enough sleep as usual. That's unless you generally find yourself lacking sleep, in which case, you should go to bed earlier. But do whatever you want. I don't mean to overstep my bounds. Oof. Eh, don't worry about it, Yuri. I'll be sure to read it earlier in the day. Do you mind telling me a bit more about it? Ooh, I'd love to. Now where do I begin? Yuri delicately closes the book and her eyes scanning the cover. Well, actually, I don't think I could give an adequate explanation on my own. If I were to tell you more about the story than I did yesterday, it would lose a lot of its impact. Forgive me if it sounds like I'm brushing you off. That's not what I intended. It's alright, Yuri. Come to think of it, you did summarize it well enough already. Yes, I'm sorry. I seem to get lost in my mind whenever I talk about these kinds of stories. Don't you ever have anything like that, Midas? I guess so. Yuri nods with a delicate smile. Everyone has a deeply held interest that steers the passion within their heart. I suppose for me, it would be my novels, and Yuri cuts herself. Cuts herself. Ahaha. As though she were about to say something she didn't want to. Well, you know what I mean. What got you into these sorts of stories, though? I gesture towards the book in her arms. Do your parents enjoy them as well? Yuri pauses for a moment, shyly looking down at her feet. She seems to be going over what she wants to say in her head. I've always had an interest in macabre. Is that the right pronunciation? Macabre. I'm not. My tongue's getting tight again. This genre can easily throw you for a loop. While many stories are simply content to introduce an antagonist, are simply content to introduce an antagonist and condition the reader to root against them. Books like this one can always find a way to flip the narrative on its head. So while you might initially find yourself relating to the protagonist, you might suddenly find out that they're their own worst enemy. I'm rambling, aren't I? Please forgive me. Well, that's really good insight, so even if you are rambling, that's pretty okay, Yuri. No need to worry. I should really try to think about others more. Yuri, I promise. I'm not mad at you. You're just passionate, which is pretty cool. It is. For a brief moment, a tiny smile teases at the corner of Yuri's mouth. Aww. This is my favorite part of Yuri. Well, I try not to worry about it much, but sometimes I get distracted when I think about books and writing. I forget where I am, and I start speaking in my mind. So please forgive me if I say something unusual. And if it seems like I'm not paying attention, please let me know. I really don't think you need to worry about that, Yuri. This is a literature club after all. Isn't that sort of thing we should be discussing anyway? I suppose so. So on that note, would you like to read a bit together? You don't need to force yourself to spend time with me if you don't want to. But what if I do? You really want to spend your time with me? Of course, Yuri. Book in hand, I slide into the desk next to Yuri. Is everything okay? Yes, I'm just terribly sorry, Midas. I'm just not too accustomed to sharing or reading in company. It's usually been a solitary affair to me, you see. Yeah, I can understand how this might seem a bit unsettling for you. If it gets too overwhelming, let me know. I won't be offended if you need some space. Alright. I opened up the book, allowing the hardcover to flop against the desk. As I read through the prologue, I noticed Yuri glancing over at my book. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't comforting in a way, but it's somewhat distracting. Since Yuri is quite alluring. I'm sorry. I hope I wasn't distracting you. Yuri, why do you apologize all the time? You've really done nothing wrong. Do I? I can't help it, I suppose. It's an involuntary reflex, which I too also have. If I preemptively apologize, it'll lessen both my disappointment in myself as well as others' disapproval of me. That's kinda true. I mean, it can be irritating at times, but not really. I didn't mean to make things so awkward. Sorry. I mean, it's okay, don't worry about it. How about we do this? I push our desks together, then slide my book between the two of them. Ah, I suppose that'll work. Yuri puts her own coffee away and shifts a bit closer to me. I steadied the right side of the book between my thumb and forefinger, and Yuri does the same with the other side. Perfect! Then we can both go through at the same space. Pace. Yes. The two of us are huddled closely together over the book, carefully reading it. I can see Yuri's gentle face in my peripheral vision. She has a stern, focused expression, her eyes slowly scanning each page. Do you need a bit more time with this page? I'm sorry. I guess I'm not really too quick of a reader. I look over and our gazes meet. There's a coy sparkling in her eyes. Ah, that's pretty cute of you, Yuri. It's quite alright, Midas. We can go at whatever pace you're comfortable with. After all, you've been so patient with me today. It'd be only fair for me to return the favor, wouldn't it? Thanks. I'll try to not take too long. The two of us continue reading in relative silence. Even though we were so quiet, each turn of the page feels as though we're connected. As I let go of the page, it gently floats over to her, and she delicately slides it under her thumb. Midas? Having been absorbed by the story, Yuri reels me back in. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. It's fine. What were you gonna say? Well, I suppose I just wanted to thank you for this. I had always hoped I could find someone to share my interest in books with. I never really had anyone to read with me before. Having someone else to be here is nice. Really? I wouldn't have thought you'd at least done some reading with your family. Yes, well, I did when I was younger, but... She trails off, not finishing the thought. I decide not to press her for further on it right now. Yuri takes a slow, deep breath. I'm just happy that you're here for me. I mean, with me. Not that I wouldn't want you to be here for me or anything, but I can't believe I just messed things up again. Wait, Yuri. I don't think you've done anything wrong. If anything, I think of that as a compliment. You do? Sure. If I'm being honest, I enjoy your company as well. Okay, everyone. This was quite different from Outcast, since in Outcast she was like relate to the character, the protagonist and stuff. So this is a fresh breath of air. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri sighs dejectedly, looking down at the floor. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not that. Don't worry about me, I'm alright. Yuri lets go of the book and closes the cover, handing it back to me. We got through a fair bit today, didn't we? Do you mind if I continue a bit further on my own? Or would you prefer I only read it with you? You don't have to limit yourself on my behalf if you want to keep reading. After all, I finished the story before. Then I guess I'll continue reading a bit tonight. Then we'll have a bit more to talk about tomorrow. Yes, that's a good idea, Midas. Just be sure to let me know how far you get so I can avoid spoilers for you. Alright, I skimmed through the book to find the page where we left off on and fold it in slightly to mark for later. You don't fold books! Ah! Get something like a pen or a small card or your ID. Ouch! Folding a book for me kinda hurts because, I don't know, sentiment, I guess.